woke up, slept on me, trying to eat with vultures. Y'all look frail, let me feed the culture. Can't get full of the lead and coke, huh? Still sober? Y'all OD, follow me. When the rain follow me, king. Yeah, I know the king, Martin Luther King. You ain't really on the throne, boy, you in a dream. Wake up, y'all don't want it. Down to the white, I better put Marlo on it. And let's soon Chico Malo, homie. And if I'm scared, I guess I don't know it. Cause I'm still going still right where the heat at. And where I ain't supposed to be, that's where I be at. And I spit that shit back. Listen to the truth while the sky crack and the Lord gets back. Or somebody wants some get back and they click clack, leave you been back, looking at this intact. Never left, but I've been back, cross on my bit neck. And I don't rap gospel, I live that. But I'm nothing but a gimmick. You see me in a club, funny, you was in it? Skip a cosign, shout out to the homie Kendrick. And all I hear is crickets when I run into the critics. Oh well, show tells me a lot when they tell me to rock. Keep my eyebrows raised, man, what I'm cooking. And the sales may drop, yeah, the meal may stop. But they ask for the truth, yeah, I'ma do it. They like, how you do that now? Sound kinda nice, boy, who that down? Is everything real good, true and fair? But you probably wouldn't listen if you knew that down. If you knew that down.
The heart beats just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can make.
Block by the coast to coast. Keep your hands and keep each other, Chuck. It's the one and only Ghost with the shadow in front. Give me a second, bro. My router restarted. Tell me if you hear me correctly, please. I tried to go live and my whole damn everything shut off, bro. Can someone hear me? What the hell happened to my router, man? I wonder if can I hear myself? Hold on, let me see if I can hear myself. Can I hear myself? Okay, I'm good. Okay. Oh, you hear me, bro? All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Yo, I went to go live, and the live started, and everything just I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened, but okay, I'm gonna start it right now. All right, Block by the Coast to Coast. It's your boy Shadow Ghost. Keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked. It's the one and only Shadow with the Ghost in the front. I appreciate you for being here. I hope everyone is having a blessed day. I really wasn't gonna go live because I'm really not feeling well, but I did figure I'll do a little live. I always say that, but let me see real quick. I want to go into, there is something that I wanted to show you real quick. Okay. In regards to yesterday that we were talking about, when I got off my live, oh, yes. I have to say this. You know, I was going back on my lives, looking at my previous lives, right? Not including my lives, but my edited videos. And in the past month, I don't know if it has to do with the Ngannou and Tyson Fury thing. I don't know if it has to do with that. But I did notice, like, in the last month, I've got, like, I think it was like 30, 40 subscribers in the past 2 weeks. And I think some of them are MMA fans. And I think they're, I'm going to tell you why in a second, which is fine. I don't have no problem with that. But I think there's a misunderstanding. Let me make it clear. I know there's trolls and everything, bro, but sometimes you gotta explain the obvious, bro. Like, you gotta explain the obvious to people. Let me see what's going on here. What's going on, man? What's going on? Appreciate y'all for being here. Hey, listen, to the few MMA fans that have subscribed to me, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. I think y'all got it twisted about with the things that I'm saying, but some of y'all talk to me like I'm dumb as hell. Y'all talk to me like I'm dumb as hell. Like, I dropped an O'Malley video, and the dude is in the comment talking about, well, you know, do you know who Sugar Sean O'Malley is? I mean, with all due respect, you know, talking to me like I'm stupid, like I'm a 5-year-old. Like here goes the bicycle, here goes the pedal. I know what a bike is, bro. Like, I know who O'Malley is. Okay, I watch MMA. I know who he is. It had nothing to do with how he is personally doing in the UFC. That's got nothing to do with that. And just to let you know, just briefly, and I'm going to go back on boxing really quickly, but this is just to the few MMA fans that's been strolling in here. I know who O'Malley is, bro. Okay, series contender winner. I went for him when he fought Peter Yan. I'm glad he beat Aljamain Sterling. His next fight's going to be the Chito Vera rematch. I'm glad he's fighting him because the guy he's supposed to be fighting, Marab, I think it is, Aljamain Sterling's boy, he would beat him. But then y'all have a boring champion. You see what I'm saying? Y'all would. I think Dana knows that, and because all Marab is going to do is do ground control and have him on the fence and all that, and it'd be a boring champion. So I know who O'Malley is, bro. Okay, I know who he is. The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I actually like O'Malley as far as when it comes to MMA and the UFC. He's actually one of my favorite fighters to watch. I know some people think that he's boring. I actually liked him. I actually like the guy. I really like the guy. He's got fast kicks. He's fast striker. Maybe his ground game is a little bit weak, but he showed good ground game against Aljo, defense that is. But the problem is when he starts talking about boxing. That's the issue that I have. Him and his coach, Tim Welch, they're just delusional when it comes to professional boxing, not actual throwing punches and striking. So let's get that. All right. These dudes, I'm telling you, bro, this is why I say the MMA community doesn't like boxing, which is I like both, but they just seem to take offense to like boxing. I don't understand. I really don't. But with that, one of the things I wanted to talk about was yesterday. Yesterday, when I got off my live, right, I was going through some videos, stuff like that, and I ran into another Shakur interview. Now, we all know that he's fighting De Los Santos next week, right? And I'm telling you, man, this is exactly why I say what I say, man. Let me show you a picture of something. I snapped a picture of it because if you remember, was it last live or was it the live before? I think it was the live before. I think it was last night's live. I told you that sometimes I feel like I'm hard on Devin Haney, right? I feel like I'm hard. I feel like it comes off as if I'm hating on a guy. That's how it comes off when I watch my channel, or sometimes I rewatch it and I'm looking at myself. I can see how somebody could say, "Damn, he really hates him." But I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you why I say exactly what I say. Okay, it's got really nothing to do with Devin per se himself. It is the outlets that project narratives. So Shakur had an interview yesterday. Let me find the guy so I can give him credit. I want to give him credit. The guy that he had the interview with. And I want to show you what was in the comment section. You can't make this up, bro. You seriously cannot make this up. Okay, the guy's name was, let me give him credit. Oh, it's Fight Hype. My bad. Fight Hype. We all know who Fight Hype is. Okay, Fight Hype. He had an interview with Fight Hype, right? In the interview with Fight Hype, he's talking about De Los Santos. Now, I don't know if you know what De Los Santos did, but I think it was like last month. De Los Santos went to let me see. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. And one of the things he was talking about was I didn't see it. Did you guys see it? But apparently last month, what was it, last month or the month before? It was like probably around last month. Apparently De Los Santos went to Newark, where Shakur's from. I grew up in Patterson, New Jersey. I was born in the Bronx, grew up in Patterson, New Jersey. He's from Newark. De Los Santos went to Newark and made a little video calling out Shakur. So as a fighter, Shakur is prideful. We all know fighters are prideful. So he took kind of like offense to that in a way. I mean, I'm not saying he really took offense to it, but in the interview, he's saying, "Hey, look, man, the kid made a video in my city calling me out, and I want to beat him up for that." And Fight Hype asked him, it seemed like they were gonna ask him about Devin and shit like that, right? And he cut him off kind of quickly. I didn't watch the whole interview, but he said technically, and I didn't clip it, but I did clip a comment. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. He said that he basically said he didn't want to talk about Devin, right? He kind of was like, apparently, if you look at the interview, Shakur looks kind of like he's bothered. All right, he looks like he's bothered. He looks like he's annoyed or whatever. And he says that he's been going back and forth with trolls on the internet, and then he says, I apologize to my fans and this and that and this and that, right? Now, I told you the other day, I went on one of his lives, and or was it a Devin Haney interview? And underneath, now I don't know if it's trolls, because I do have to believe that some of them are trolls, but there was just a lot of comments talking about he's better than Floyd. Haney is a throwback fighter. Tank should fight him, right? Tank should hurry up and fight him. T.O. never went undisputed, and T.O. ducked him. I mean, just comment after comment after comment. And I'm reading these comments, and I'm like, there's just no way, bro. There's no way y'all actually believe that. But let me show you something, just to show you that these guys aren't even knowledgeable of what they're watching. In that Shakur video, and I don't know if you guys can see it or not, because it is kind of small. I might have to zoom it in. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Okay. So go to my settings, visible only in solo layout. Okay. Hold on one second. StreamYard is telling me something. Okay, wait. Backgrounds aren't visible in solo. Okay. So you're telling me, what you're telling me is to do this then, I believe. Is that what you're telling me to do? What the hell is going on here? Give me a second. Hold on. Backgrounds aren't visible in solo layout. You can crop a solo layout in settings. I am in a solo layout. What are you talking about? Oh, wait a second. Okay. There you okay. Okay. So let me see if I can go like this. Shift 1. Is it there? Okay. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna read. Let me read it to you. As you can see, there's something in the background. These are people's comments, right? I got it on my phone. Let me just read the comment directly, so I can just show you and the conversation that people were having here and the mindset that some of these people have. So I cropped it. I actually took it on my phone. Okay. Okay. Under Shakur, right here. Okay, right here. It's a comment right here. Guy says, and I quote, "You can't call yourself a throwback fighter. Throwback fighters don't use money or splits as an excuse to turn down a fight." So apparently, these are people that really think that Shakur is scared of Devin, right? However, I don't this is what I mean by these. I blame these outlets for that. Because how many times does it have to be explained that he received a bogus offer and then went to do a purse bid? How can you say he's avoiding a fight when he went to do a purse bid? I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to understand these people. He did not duck that man, bro. He went to ask for a purse bid because he didn't like what he saw. But then you got people that really believe this. And so it's actually, if you look at the interview, Shakur's getting frustrated. And it is the first time I've ever seen Shakur like that. I'm referring to the Fight Hype interview. If you go to that interview, you will see Shakur is very frustrated. Like he looks like something's been bothering him, bro. He doesn't look like the normal Shakur. He looks down. He looks kind of depressed. And when they asked him what was going on, he basically said that he didn't like the fact of what's being said about him, and so apparently he's claiming that he thinks that channels, in so many words, he thinks that channels are going around purposely throwing narratives at him, saying he's ducking, and it's actually bothering him, which is kind of crazy. I didn't think it would get like that, but that goes to show you the things that, and you gotta, I would suggest that that's the Haneys, right? I mean, who is that? Bill? I mean, I don't know, man, but this is what I'm talking about. And this is why I say what I say about Devin, not because I don't like the kid. I like the kid. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's got accomplishments, but I see right through the bullshit. I see exactly what they do. I see exactly what they try to do to this community. I see exactly what outlets and other outlets try to portray. And they really got people believing this. And this is why I'm just like, just fight already, bro. Just fight already. In my opinion, they should just fight already. I don't want to hear nothing about it as far as them going back and forth about money or whatever. Just get in the ring, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not think Devin beats Shakur. I do not think Devin beats Tank. I do not think Devin beats Tio. I think Devin beats Ryan. I think he beats Ryan. Okay? So I'm giving him credit. I think he beats Ryan, and I think he's going to beat Regis. It's just, I'm looking at the interview, and I'm just like, Shakur looks frustrated as hell. He looks depressed. And he literally was like, I'm tired of people speaking down on me. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of people on the internet telling me that I'm ducking people, and they don't know what I was offered, and this and that. So it goes to show you, man. Listen, if you're an outsider and you're looking in, you can clearly see. If I'm not saying that I'm positively know what's going on, but when I see two people tell a story or tell an event, usually one is authentic and one you could tell is kind of like, you know what I mean? I still don't understand how people don't have common sense. If he got an offer and then went to do a purse bid, what does that tell you? It tells you he wants to fight, right? At least that's what I understand. How can you see a man go ask for a purse bid, demanding for a fight, demanding to fight Yoshino and then become the number one contender for Devin's belt? How can you see him do that and then say he's scared of Devin? You want to know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because of certain outlets, because certain outlets will lie to you. And I don't understand how I think some fans know the truth. I think they know the truth. They just like their fighter. And you see what I'm saying? Because this stuff is easy for you to look up. This is not something that is hard for you to not look up. If you have a phone and you have internet, you could find this stuff. It's not hard. So I'll tell you, man, I really want to jump in the mindset of somebody who thinks that all these fighters are running from Devin. I really would want to talk to these people, like, really, like just on a legit one-on-one conversation. In fact, if anybody in the comments ever think that's true, please let me know in the comments, and I will drop the link immediately for you. I would love to hear a logical explanation of why you believe these things. Just because somebody says it on a channel, even me, if I say something, go verify it. But just because somebody's got 40,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, and they say they're running from Devin, that doesn't make that a fact, bro. Okay? That just means that that's what he thinks. And most likely, I guarantee you, if you go back to his past videos, you're going to see numerous interviews with Devin. Numerous. Or Bill. Or Bill, for that matter. Yeah, I think it's people. Yeah, well, yeah, I would say that, but I think it's just people in general. It's people in general, because I've seen like for instance, okay, I'll give you an example. The Boxing Voice. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. I watch them from time to time. I don't watch them every day, because unlike them, I have, see, this is gonna come off weird. I have a life outside of when I turn off my live. I have a life. I have work. I have other things that I tend to. When I go on live right now, this is my free and spare time. This is a hobby of mine. This is a hobby. I don't get paid. None of y'all can even send me a super chat, even if you wanted to. I would appreciate it, but you can't, because I'm not even monetized. I'm a small channel. So you have a channel like that you've seen Bill on numerous times, right? And shout out to them. And this is what I was getting at yesterday. Where I don't ever want to be put in a position where I'm interviewing a certain fighter, and then now, because I feel like I have a relationship with that fighter, I don't want to say nothing bad about them. You see what I'm saying? And because I know me, I'm a loyal person. If I like you, I'm going to be loyal. I got your back. It is what it is. And if I'm interviewing you, but I see you do something out of pocket, now I'm going to feel, you know what I mean? I might feel like, damn, bro, like, that's my guy. If I had Tio on here every day, example, if I had Tio on here every day, and Tio be saying some crazy shit sometimes. So let's just be honest, he does. He's like one of my favorite fighters, like top 3 right now fighting. He says some out of pocket stuff sometimes, right? Well, if I had him on the channel all the time, it would be harder for me to call him out on stuff. You know what I mean? Because I would feel like, damn, I'm kind of like, even though I would be keeping it real. So this is the problem that we see with a lot of outlets. I mean, let's be completely honest. We've all heard of Ellie Setback, right? We've all heard of Ellie Setback. I don't dislike Ellie Setback. I never met the man. I've never met him to dislike him. But I can tell you right now that you could clearly see a favoritism with certain fighters. Okay? He has a favoritism with certain fighters. The same way, and some people have vendettas. Let's not forget that some people have problems with people. Teddy Atlas is a perfect example of who I call a traitor to boxing. This guy done became known through boxing and now spends 95% of his time shitting on Canelo and almost every other fighter that's actually done work in the sport because he has a personal issue with them. And this is where like having a channel and stuff like that, your influence affects the sport. Just to bring up the MMA, y'all know what's going on with Ariel Helwani, and one of the fighters that I like, his name is Jermal Hill. Jermal Hill was I don't know if he's still champion or not, but he has an injury, and this guy Yuri, who was the champion before him, is now going to be, I think, fighting for the title or whatever. And Ariel Helwani, when he last had Jermal Hill on, we're going back and forth because apparently he was saying something, and Jermal Hill checked him on it. And now Ariel uses his every opportunity to stab that, to take a shot at him. And this is what I'm saying, that if you are a subscriber and you see somebody saying that, you now think that it's truth. You see what I'm saying? You now think that it's truth. If a channel, that's why if somebody keeps telling you a lie long enough, it's going to become truth to somebody. It's going to become truth. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't hate the Haneys. I don't. But I don't understand how a lot of y'all don't see what's going on. Like, you either are purposely ignoring it or you support them so much that you don't want to admit something. How can you support somebody so much that you ignore BS, bro? Like, I don't get it. What's going on? Oh, by the way, can OG Blaze, Sergeant, and does anybody see any wrenches? I tried to wrench up people yesterday after my live, and some of y'all I couldn't because I did it the original way through YouTube Studio. Some of y'all names didn't come up. Pounds and OG Blaze, I could not find y'all. But I tried to wrench you another way. Let me see if I can do it now. Wait a second. Hold on. Give me a second. I think I have an idea. This is the live chat. Let me go to there now. I got you. Here we go. Okay, hold on. Sergeant got it. OG Blaze got one. Okay, and there was one more I was going to make. And I'm going to add nostalgic. Okay, these are just people that are always here. The wrench is basically, bro, listen, it's not to be abused. These guys know. It's just sometimes people come in here. I don't care if you're a troll. You can say whatever you want. If you start spamming anyone that has a wrench, get them out of here, bro. That's it. That's all. That's what that's for. And any fucking disrespectful stuff, y'all take care of that. Because a lot of times, and I wanted to apologize too, because last live, I think I saw El Jefe in here. And I was looking at my live, and I don't know if you guys talked to him, Sergeant or OG or whatever. I haven't talked to that guy in years, bro. I couldn't believe it was him. I missed his comment. And there were some other people. I missed their comment. I'm not doing that on purpose. I want to let you, I'm not doing that I'm talking and it's hard for me to talk and you know, like I'm still trying to like, you know, I'm trying to stay on point and trying to keep topics going. And I miss a lot of y'all comments. And I really, I don't mean that, bro. I'm not trying to be like, you know what I mean? I appreciate anybody here. What did he say? Jonathan Ramirez, what did you say? Okay, you don't know. The reason why I thought it was him was because he said, because OG Blaze, because he said, what's up, bruh? I know that's how he talks, bruh. He always puts bruh at the end of his sentences. But anyway, if that is him, hey, Bren, salute. Thank you for being here, man. Hey, what are y'all talking about here? Did somebody's Jonathan? Hey, Jonathan Ramirez, I know him. He's always been a subscriber. What did he say? He was just talking about how he thinks that the Haney at the you know, he said, let me go back. Yeah, is this the comment right here? I ain't trying to be racist, but you know, Bill has black people's believing all his BS. I mean, I'm not, I don't know necessarily whether it's with, like I said, I don't raise bait. That's one thing I don't do. I'm talking about just people in general. I mean, the boxing voice, I think that's Dominican. You know, I don't think he's black. He's Dominican, ain't he? You know, oh, that's kind of funny. Remember when the LDBC was doing their thing? 1 week a Cuban fighter is black, but then you know when it's not, don't fit their narrative, he's back to being Cuban. Oh man, I feel bad for the Cuban fighters, man. One day you're accepted, one day you're not. That's horrible. Let me see. Okay, so look, the fact of the matter is, when we look at it. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen next week too. I don't know if I said it last night, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again. I do not see. Once again, it's gonna sound like I'm shitting on Devin. I'm just always gonna keep it real. Hold on, bro. I gotta change this layout. This layout is killing me, bro. This is pissing me off. I'm about to drop the link and have somebody help me in here because this is starting to. I look like such a damn beginner, but I hate StreamYard. They're always updating their damn system, their software, and then you come back in here, and what was easy to do yesterday is now different. Like, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Worse than Windows. I mean, damn. Come in here the next day, everything is all backwards. All right, whatever. It's fine. But see, that's the thing I don't understand. Okay, hold on. Shift 5. Let me see if I can just remove myself real quick. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove myself. Okay. We're just going to leave it. We're just going to leave it and go with it. Who cares? You guys can see me though, right? You guys can see me. That's all that counts. I don't know what's going on with this damn screen, but it's messing up the comments. Okay, so I believe that De Los Santos, in my opinion, is more dangerous than, I'm not gonna say more dangerous than Regis, because then that kind of like takes a shot at Regis. But let's look at this stylistically. Let me ask you a question. Stylistically, Devin's gonna be his first time at 140, right? No, we don't know how Devin's gonna fight at 140. We don't know. But I can tell you right now, I've said it. I've seen Regis recently, and he looks like he's ready to go now. So Regis is taking the fight very, very, very seriously, right? It's going to be Devin's first fight at 140. You have Shakur now is going to be fighting De Los Santos for one of Devin's 135 belts. Now we look at this stylistically. I think De Los Santos is more of a threat than Prograis is to Haiti in some way. That's I really said no, because Prograis is a bad man. I just think that the way Devin fights, I think Devin's gonna win by decision. Okay, I don't think he's gonna change anything. I don't think Devin's gonna change anything with Prograis. I think it's one of the reasons why they went for him, and I honestly do believe 100% that he went to 140 after Shakur activated that purse bid. I honestly believe that with the bottom of my heart. When that press conference started with Regis and Devin, the first thing that guy said, and his coach or whatever, the guy, he's like, the very first thing he said was, you ducked Shakur, and you came up here, you looked at the landscape, and you saw Regis have an off night, and that you picked him, and now you're going to pay for it. That's the first thing he said when that press conference started. Why would he say that? I mean, come on. This is why I don't understand why people cannot see what happened. I don't know what offer Devin gave to Shakur. I don't know. All I know is that it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. And don't believe the lie that he offered him 25%, and that's the most Shakur would have made in all his fights and this and that. And then the next thing you know, Shakur activates his purse bid. And next thing you know, Devin's at 140. What does that tell you? Come on, man. Can we stop the lies, bro? Can we just stop the lies? This is what I mean when I say, like, y'all trying to make it look like he running. Like, who's running from him? Who's running from him? Fucking people believe that. It pisses me off in a way, bro. Like, oh yeah. MMA fan said to me yesterday in one of my videos, why do you look like you take it so seriously? Because it's a boxing channel, goofy. I take it all seriously. I spend 2.5 hours on a live talking about boxing. It's probably because I like it. I don't know. People say the dumbest things. That's why I can't. It's starting to get hard to decipher who's a troll and who's not in 2023. Y'all getting really good. I can't tell. Either you're just playing stupid or you are a troll. Me, why am I passionate and serious? Like, because I'm not getting paid for this. Obviously, I like it, right? You don't see a gun in my head right now. Nobody's threatening to whoop my ass if I don't do a live. I'm doing it because I want to do it. So, Sergeant, there you go. Hey, and I love that the small people that come here always keep it real. Y'all don't always agree with me, and I love that shit, bro. Just fucking keep it real, bro. And that's what I like. If y'all don't like it, if y'all disagree, just tell me. Look, Sergeant thinks that's not, he doesn't think he's dangerous. That's what's up. I do. I'm gonna tell you why I do. Well, number one, in Regis' defense, I have to be completely honest in this situation. De Los Santos became well known after he knocked out El Rayo, right? Let's remember, El Rayo was being promoted as the next best thing, was he not? I mean, he even had Damian Lillard, who's supposedly a boxing fan, was talking about him, was like, hey, he's the next, hey, I like El Rayo. And matter of fact, Damian Lillard was being interviewed prior to the first Colbert fight. And they were asking him about Chris Colbert. And I meant to clip it. And he was like, Damian Lillard, he was like, first they were like, Damian Lillard, NBA legend, like, you watch boxing? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm a huge boxing fan. Yeah, I've been watching boxing. Like, I watch all the fights. I go to them if I can make them and this and that, right? They asked him about Colbert and El Rayo, and he's like, oh, I like Chris. I like Primetime, but El Rayo is my guy. I met him. I like him. I think he's the next best thing. He's going to be the next champion. And oh no, I'm sorry. This was before the Chris Colbert fight, because the De Los Santos fight didn't happen yet. I'm sorry. It was Tank versus it was the Tank fight. Whatever, regardless. The very next fight, El Rayo got sparked. You got to give De Los Santos credit because he got knocked down and got up. And by the way, he got knocked down and got up and immediately hurt El Rayo. He immediately hurt him. Like, I think it was like 10 seconds after he got dropped himself. You remember? De Los Santos got dropped. He got up. Everyone was like, the crowd, because he was beating up on El Rayo. The crowd was shocked. The crowd, you could hear the crowd like, oh my goodness, right? And then Arroyo drops De Los Santos, and then the crowd's like, "Oh yeah, because they were all there for, I guess it was a pro Mexican crowd or whatever." And then De Los Santos got up and hurt El Rayo immediately, like 10 seconds after. So he shows he could take a punch, but the reason why I think he's dangerous is because his last fight he showed that he's able to move. He's able to move. He showed that he could stand in the pocket, plus he could be a mover. Any fighter to me that adapts, that could do more than one thing, is a threat. Is a threat to me. Any boxer that's able to do more than one thing. So let me ask y'all this, since we are no doubt, Pounds. Let me ask y'all this then. Let me ask you this. Where is he at? Let me ask y'all this. Who do you think is more dangerous stylistically? Shakur or Devin? I want that honest truth. Shakur or Devin? If you had to pick a fight and you wanted it to be as easy as you can, neither fight's going to be easy. Whose style do you think is more difficult? Shakur or Devin? I mean, me, it's hands down it's Shakur, and I can explain why. Shakur is aggressive. Whether you like Shakur or not, I was looking at this prior to me hitting the live, prior to me going live. When I was looking up the Shakur interview, I went back just quickly. I didn't watch the whole fight, but I went back to on YouTube the certain fights, right? Go look at when Shakur was at 126, I believe, and he fought what's his name when his first belt. Remember, he was going out with the guy's sister. What's his name? Oh my goodness, I was just watching him. I was just watching this guy. Y'all remember? What's his name? He was going out with the guy's sister. He just recently fought. What is his name? I hate it when this happens, man. Yes. Thank you, Nostalgic. Thank you. Joette Gonzalez. Okay. If you go to the Joette Gonzalez fight, if you go to the Conceição fight, if you go to the Oscar Valdez fight, if you go to the Jamal Herring fight, you go to all those fights and you will clearly see that Shakur is standing his ground. Not only standing his ground, but he is becoming aggressive. He's becoming aggressive. The only fight that I saw Shakur back up and do a little circle thing was against Nakatilia. It was against Nakatilia. That's the only fight I ever saw Shakur kind of like looking like he was like on his circling the whole time. Other than Nakatilia, Valdez, Herring, Gonzalez, Joette Gonzalez, Conceição, he stood there and was backing those guys up, man. He's aggressive. He's not a power puncher, but he's aggressive. His offense is his defense. I said it yesterday. His offense is his defense. He throws punches just to keep you off him, and they're accurate. That's a problem because not only that, but he's got a good defense, and he's hard to hit. That is a very difficult style, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that. Devin, on the other hand, to me, is night and day. Devin is night and day. Shakur will stand there. Shakur will stand there in the pocket with you, okay? Throw multiple punches and bunches. May not be the hardest punches, but multiple punches and bunches. You go to throw and try to hit him. He blocks it, right? He'll block it, counter you, 1, 2, 3. I was just watching him, bro. He tore Herring up, bro. He tore him up, man. He tore him up. He was beating Conceição up by standing in the pocket with him, bro. They were standing there, and every time they throw a punch, he'd block it, fire 3 back, 1, 2, 3. And then, like, to the point where the motherfucker is confused. He's like, oh, they're not hard punches, but they're fast and they're in bunches. And they're accurate. That will frustrate anybody. That'll frustrate anybody. Yeah, Tycho, he beat that man down. He beat him down, bro. And that's a damn shame because Herring is a fellow veteran. Man, it was sad, man. Listen, I bet you he felt like he was back in Iraq, bro. He was getting his ass whooped. I'm telling you, man. And this is what I'm saying. Shakur is aggressive. Whether you like him or not. It's not whether you like Shakur or not. And this is what I'm saying. I'm going to be honest with a boxer, whether I technically like him or not. I've never been the biggest Tyson Fury fan. I don't know if I've ever said that to you before, but that's the truth. I don't judge people, though, on their personal life. However, sometimes I cannot help it. I can't help it. So, y'all ever been in a room with somebody and for some reason they didn't do anything wrong to you? They didn't do anything. You just feel like a certain way. That's never happened to you. You ever walk in a room and you're like, damn, this dude's giving off like he didn't say a damn thing to you, but you just got this vibe like I don't like the guy or his the way he's acting. I don't like the guy. It was something about Fury when I first saw him, and even now, I don't know if it's the cringe. I don't know what it is, but I always liked that he always gave a shout out to his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I believe in Jesus Christ. So I don't dislike him as a person, but I wasn't the biggest fan of him. But however, in the ring, I gave him his respect. He made us look horrible against Ngannou, but nonetheless, going back to Shakur, whether you like him or not, go back to all those fights. Go back. There's only one fight you will ever see him actually on his back foot, and that's against Nakatilia. And I think he actually said after the fight that, I had to beware of his power, which was kind of weird because Oscar Valdez got a lot of power, and so, but he was backing Oscar up. He stood in the pocket with Oscar Valdez in the middle rounds. He stood in the pocket against Joet Gonzalez at 126. He beat down Herring. Like he beat that man down. I mean, that's just, I don't even think Herring won a round. Poor guy. Has he fought since then? I think he had one fight. It was so bad. Herring thought about his career. That's how you know when you get beat up really bad, when you contemplate whether you should even be lacing up gloves anymore. Then when he fought Conceição, he stood in the pocket and was aggressive with him. Shakur is aggressive. But we also know that if he can move. He can move. Now, am I hating on Devin when I say Devin is really only fighting one way? When he tried to fight another way against Linares, what happened? He got caught, did the stanky leg, and held and ran for the last 2 rounds. That is the truth. That is not hating. That is the truth. Does it make Devin a bad fighter? Doesn't make Devin a bad fighter. I'm just saying, to me, they're night and day. Shakur and Devin, to me, it's not even like, I don't see Devin beating Shakur on a bad day. That's just how I look at it. I know there's a lot of people that disagree with that. There's a lot of people that think if you really think Shakur is ducking Devin, then fine. It is what it is. I don't know how much proof you need. How's it going, G-Funk? I appreciate you, man. Let me see. Hey, don't be talking about Trinidad up in here, bro. Yeah, that's an unwritten rule. That's an unwritten rule. That's my guy, Trinidad. But I did talk about his low blows yesterday. Yes. Trinidad did throw low blows, which, by the way, looking at the Tito Trinidad and Vargas fight from a while back, I liked Fernando Vargas too, man. I really did. And, I remember when Tito almost finished him in that first round, and then Vargas came back and dropped him, and then Tito hit him with a low blow. In his defense, I'm not saying he didn't do it on purpose. I'm saying in his defense, when you have fighters that when they get hurt, their reaction is to fight. You know what I mean? I was talking about this yesterday. Some fighters, they get dropped and they run, or not run, but they hold, try to regather themselves. Certain fighters, they get dropped and their instinct is to fire back. Their instinct is to come forward. That's Trinidad, Morales. I would say Crawford. I put Crawford in that category. Let me see any fighters today that does that. Virgil Ortiz. You hurt Virgil Ortiz, all you're doing is making him come forward more. So sometimes it's not to their benefit, because depending on who you're fighting, that could get you messed up. For some reason, I think David Benavidez is like that. We haven't seen him get hurt, but David Benavidez looks like the type of fighter to me that if he got hurt, he'd get up and go forward. I don't know. He's got that. He's just got that characteristic. I could be wrong, and we are going to find out, because I do think Boo Boo is going to be his hardest fight. by far. And I think he could possibly lose that fight. But yeah. By the way, don't be talking like Trinidad just walked in the fight and just throws low blows for 12 rounds. That ain't the case, my guy. That ain't the case. And by the way, Fernando Vargas recovered and had success in the later rounds. So you can't just blame it on the low blow. Now, if he got hit with that low blow and then couldn't throw no punches afterwards and they got knocked, okay, fine. No, okay, yeah, you got hit with a low blow, but you started winning rounds after that. Like you won like 3 rounds after that, clearly, in my opinion. So you can't blame it on the low blow. Yes, and I do know what you're talking about as far as the low blows, but a lot of those were on the belt line. But even with that, though, he stood in the pocket. He will if Shakur to me, Shakur is more aggressive than when he's not. He's more aggressive than he's not to me. Whereas Devin is listen, I would just want them to just accept who he is. That's all. Accept who you are. You know, just don't try to make it seem like, you know, you have this hidden power somewhere. Yesterday, when I went back and looked at that press conference with Jermal Charlo, I noticed something. He's got to be depressed. I think he's depressed. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Jermal, right? But I did want to clear up something from yesterday. Yesterday, I made a mistake, and because I didn't watch the whole press conference, I was trying to record and make clips at the same time, and I actually missed the part where they're actually fighting at 163, not 168. But either way, it's still a catch weight, and the title isn't on the line. But when Jose was asked why is it at 163, he started talking about Jermal being depressed and about how he's been shot and all this other, basically calling him a little bitch.
This guy over here can talk and say all kinds of bullshit, playing his little mental issue bullshit, his car. If that was the case, I got shot. The doctor told me I was never going to walk again. I'm still here fighting, so I don't play none of them excuses bullshit. Come that night, I'm going to beat the fuck out of him. He's going to see who a real fucking puncher is. That's all I got to say.
Wow. And if you could you tell us the contracted weight for the fight?
It's at 163 because this guy had to make up excuses that he couldn't make the weight. So he was going through some hard times, I guess, so he can't make the weight. So we have to go to 63. So you ask him about that.
All right. Well, let's
Boy's
talk
not
about
disciplined. Boy's not disciplined, so it is what it is.
Benavidez the Benavidez family will never ever turn down an opportunity to kick you when you're on the ground. I'll tell you that. I don't know if it's lean, but he looks like, I don't know, man. He looks like he's intoxicated all the time, and I don't. Will be yet. Is Roy Jones going to be his trainer for the fight? Does anybody know? Is Roy Jones going to be Jermal Charlo's trainer for the fight? Because I think certain trainers, I think Roy Jones one of the best fighters ever lived, hands down, with his agility, speed, and everything like that. Once he started slowing down, though, so him as a coach, I think he trains a lot of his fighters to fight like him. I don't think that works with somebody like Jermal. But then again, like I said, I am never, ever, ever going to make a decision looking at somebody hitting the pads, because I did that with Ngannou and that turned out horrible. But I will tell you this, Charlo did not look good, okay? If that makes any sense. Let me see if I can pull it up, actually. Charlo and Roy Jones. Let me show you how he looked. Okay. Shout out to Fight Hub TV. This is for promotional purposes. I still don't know how this works, man. Listen, YouTube just does what YouTube does. They just block you and strike you just to block you and strike you. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know if it's going to get blocked or striked. But anyway, I'm going to show this. It's from Fight Hype. It's literally on the screen, so I'm not trying to take his damn thing. This is for entertainment purposes only. And but I want you to take a look at this clip. You guys have probably seen it before. I just don't think it's a good look. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it too much. But you have Jermal Charlo in the background with some other people looking like they're doing what was the guy? What was the actor, man? The black guy with the bald head. What was his name? Like Billy Blanks or something. He used to have that little program where he'd go like that. Like, let me show you how this shit look, man. This shit look like he's in like damn. He looked like he joined like a program, like at Gold's Gym or some shit. Let me show you something. Right here. This is funny, man. Okay. Is that his wife? Is that Jermal Charlo's wife? If that's the case, I'm telling you, we are getting a co-main event next to the co-main event. If you don't know, they added onto the card Miss Charlo versus Jose Benavidez's wife, Daisy. Yeah, it's going to be in the parking lot either prior or after the fight. Now, you know how it's women, and it's a cat fight. So the problem when it's baby mamas and wives and stuff, there is no start time. There is no start time. It just pops off whenever it pops off. So you have to be actually tuning in. But we're getting two was that his wife? Yeah. I mean, it just listen. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, okay, he's gonna look trash. But I mean, did that not look like? Did not look like you paid $30 for a membership and was like, okay, what are we doing today? We're doing this. Like, do you really need to do that in the background, Jermal? You've been boxing long enough to know how to throw a damn left hook, bro. Like, I don't. This is what I'm saying. I think the man is struggling, man. I think the man is struggling. He looks intoxicated. How can you? There is no way that you can be out the ring for 2 years. For 2 years. And still look like this.
I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. You already look off. You already scared. Why are you sweating for? You already sweating.
Sweating.
Fucking
Sweating, boy. I ain't sweating you. This shit gonna be crazy. Watch.
It is.
It's gonna be fun.
He looks intoxicated. Maybe that's just how he is, but I don't remember him being like that. I don't remember him looking like that. I do think that fight is going to be more competitive than what it is, only because they don't like each other and the families. You got to remember that David is also fighting that night too. And I know that Charlo's wait a second. Charlo's have fought in a main event before, haven't they? Wasn't it Derevyanchenko? Wasn't it Jermal Charlo and Derevyanchenko was the co-main event, and Jermal Charlo and Jason Rosario was the main event. Am I correct? That was a Showtime pay-per-view brothers, whatever it was. I don't remember. Has there ever been a card where it was Jose and David? I don't know. But either way, when you have your brother fighting on the same night, sometimes they worry about their brother more than their own fight. It's a good possibility Jose's, thinking of Dave. I don't know. Jose looks nuts, bro. He said Charlo's He said Charlo wanted to fight at 163 because he's got some personal problems and some mental issues. Talking about, he's struggling over here. I've been shot. I don't know about him. I've been shot. It was, man. It was. I mean, he's over there looking like he's doing Tybo. What was it? Tybo. Was that the guy? Was it Tybo? No, what was it? Billy Blanks. Hold on. Yeah, Billy Blanks. Oh, okay, hold on. What was it called? Tybo. Right. Oh, I gotta look it up. We're gonna do a Tybo comparison real quick and show you what he was doing. Okay, Billy Blanks Tybo advanced workout. Okay, y'all tell me what's the difference here. Hold on. Let me go back to Roy. Okay, we'll do that right there. Let me find this one right here. Hold on. Just trying to do a little live comparison here. Because I think, yeah, there you go. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. I want to show y'all something. We go here, share the screen. Okay, what is the difference here? Y'all tell me what's the difference. Let's look at the first one. Okay, right? You see that? Now let me show you. Now let me show you this one over here. You saw that one, right? Now what about this one right here? Hold on. Oh my goodness, bro. Right here. Yeah, there you go. What is the difference?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, go, 4, go. 1, 2, 3, and punch. Go. 1, 2.
Oh my God.
Punch. Go. 1, 2.
There's no difference of what they were doing.
1, 2.
Technically the same thing.
Double. Go. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2,
matter of fact, Jermal looked like he probably get a better workout from Billy Blanks. He does.
1, 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Jermal would do better under Billy. I want to make sure I'm making an accurate statement here. Let me try. I mean, look, hold on. Let me see if I could. I'm trying to do this like. Let me see. I think the best way to do it is like this. Okay, we're gonna do Billy Blanks Tybo Advanced. Okay, and we're gonna go here and we're gonna share. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna share this, and I got this. Share it. Yep. Okay, and let's look at it real quick again. Make sure. Take a good comparison. Okay, looks like Jamal's getting a good work out there from Roy. Right, left. Oh, 1, 2, 3 with uppercut. Okay, looks good. Right now let's go over to. Now let's go over to Billy Blanks. What is the difference?
4, 5, 6. 3, go, 4, go. 1, 2, 3, and punch. Go. 1.
He's better off going with Billy Blanks.
Go. 1, 2, 3, and punch. 1, 2, 3, and double. Go. 1, 2.
I'm gonna email Jermal right now.
1, 2, 3.
That looks way better. That looks a hell of a lot better. I'm sorry, bro. Hold on. That looks a hell of a lot better
4,
than this.
6.
Yeah, nah, Jermal, nah. See, nah, he needs to go back with Billy Blank, bro. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna fuck around and lose doing that. So let me see. Right, Billy was faster than Roy Jones. You look like you could learn a lot from Billy. I'm done. You know, hey, you know what made me laugh? I saw a UFC fighter taking advice from Steven Seagal. What is Steven Seagal gonna show you, bro? I saw the last Steven Seagal movie I saw. The man was so lazy. He was fighting somebody sitting in a chair. I shit you not. He was in the chair, you know, throwing him around, and he didn't even want to stand up. He was just like, you know, some of these people, man, they just starstruck. Steven Seagal ain't gonna show you a damn thing. See, yes, I went over. By the way, I did go over right yesterday. I did go over Sean O'Malley magically forgot, magically forgot about Tank now and wants to fight Devin. I'm gonna tell you what happened. You know, he said to Ariel Hawani, yeah, I went to the UFC and I asked about Devin. I've never seen him fight, but I asked about him. So last week he was talking about Tank and said he never saw Tank fight. I'm gonna tell you what happened. He looked up Tank. Sean O'Malley looked up Tank on his off time and said, oh shit. Like, no. Then he looked at Devin and was like, oh, okay, I could do that. That's what happened. He looked at Devin and was like, oh, I could do that. Tank will put me in the hospital. And Regis, even with Regis looking as in shape as he is, I still think Devin's going to beat him. Because I feel like Regis is gonna have to clip him. He's gonna have to clip him and catch him while he's doing that all movement. It's not. I'm gonna tell you right now. As much as I get on Devin, it's not easy as it looks, bro. It's not easy. He's constantly moving. He's constantly throwing that jab in your face. And it's not easy. If it was, people would have did it already. Linares caught him, because he was getting comfortable fighting. That was the first fight. That's the first fight I ever saw Devin actually comfortable standing there trying to trade with people, and he paid for it dearly. He almost lost that fight. If it was any other fighter that had some type of power, he'd have been knocked out. He literally did the stanky leg all the way back to the corner. He literally danced back to the corner. And you should have saw Bill's face. The shocking look on Bill's face was like, oh, no. I forgot what Bill told him, but it was a bunch of crap like usual in the corner. And I don't know, I'm just looking at him like, damn, bro, why are you even trying to prove yourself, Devin? Like, just do what you do, man. Just circle him and jab him to death, man. The normal punch stats. At the end of the fight, it's always like 475 jabs, 25 right hands, and 32 clinches. But he wins by unanimous decision. Just do it that way, bro. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it difficult at all. Absolutely not, Coco. I agree. Yes, I was talking about this the other day. Yeah, he's cloud chasing. No way Dana's going to allow that. Dana don't even like boxing. You know why Dana allowed Conor McGregor? He allowed Conor McGregor because Conor McGregor technically, if Conor McGregor told Dana White to tap his head and rub his belly at the same time, Dana gonna do it because he was the front runner of the company. Correct me if I'm wrong. But is it one of the reasons why Ngannou left was due to his contract with the UFC? He wanted to get paid more money. And one of the things he wanted in the contract was to have a boxing fight. And I think Dana was like, hell no. And that's why he went to where he went now and has this. It's not going to happen. But still, if you're going to clout chase, at least have some damn information. And what makes it worse is the MMA fans. I mean, they're just like, some of them are just, no offense, Vincent Tay, but some of them are just delusional. Some of them are just straight out there. I don't understand. And I don't understand why they don't like us. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of them. You know, let me see something real quick. Because I wasn't feeling well today, I really didn't even want to go live, but I will drop the link if anybody wants to come on. If anybody wants me to talk about anything else in the comments, let me know too, please. I want to know, is there anything you want me to talk about? I mean, let me see here. Okay. Anybody come on, you know the rules. You will be screen will be blocked prior to you coming on. You will authenticate yourself some way, whether you're showing me your face or talking to me or whatever. I don't know why. Why do trolls pick dick pics of all things? There's a million things you could show on the screen. A million different things. You know, they favor another man's nutsack. Pause. I don't understand that. That's baffling to me. Let me see if I can pull up Regis real quick. I want to show you what type of shape Regis is in. Regis Pro Grade training for Devin Haney. Yep, there it goes. Let me see if I can find the most recent one. This was a month ago. Even in the month and 2 weeks after, massive difference, bro. Massive difference. Okay, this was Regis 4 weeks ago. Because I saw him on the press conference and he looked kind of like he had the belly or whatever, right? And then this was 4 weeks ago, and look how he looked.
Weeks out, Regis, you're looking better and better every time I see you. You're ready.
I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. We could have, you know.
Weeks out, Regis, you're looking better and better every time I see you. You're ready.
I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. We could have, you know, the first date was I think October 20 something. We could have kept that date, bro. To be honest. Then they changed to November 11th. Now they changed to December 9th. Bro, I've been training my ass off for a long time. So, yeah, just but. Bro, fight the person. If you about to fight him, you fight him.
He's in his face. Oh yeah, right here. Here
so
we go.
that's,
Hold on.
you know, I hope Logan don't do no shit.
Most heavy-handed you have a spark where like if he punches you, it feels like a 2x4 or a crowbar.
That was a month out. Man. That was a month ago.
It's people just like a lot of people.
So a month ago, he looked significantly skinnier than he did during the press conference. That was like a week or two after the press conference. I saw an interview with him 3 days ago. 3 days ago. Pro Gray looks like he's ready to fight now. So I hope Devin, as much as I give him crap, I hope he didn't like really think in his head, him and Bill, like, we just had an off night. He's slowing down. We got him. I hope. I don't think they're that dumb, but I hope not. I hope you're not sleeping on him, bro. He's ready to fight right now. So I haven't seen anything with Devin. I haven't seen any recent video with Devin. I don't know how he's looking, but must be a lot easier for him to make 140 than it will be at 135, obviously. This might be a funny question to ask, but I honestly would like your opinion. Do you think that Devin's going to have noticeably more power at 140? Because I believe he thinks so. I believe he thinks so because he said it. He said it. Oh man, where is that? Oh my goodness, why is my brain? This is why I didn't want to go live today. My brain. But listen, if I'm off today, if I'm off and I'm usually like really snappy and I'm not feeling well today, so I didn't even want to do a live. So forgive me. My mind is foggy as hell. Just not feeling too well. I know that Devin had an interview. Who was it with? Oh, of course, he's saying what he's supposed to say. He's saying what he's supposed to say. You know, I'm going to be more comfortable with my weight. My power is going to be. Yeah. We've all heard that before, Devin. We've all heard that before. But even with all that, I still think he beats Regis, man. I don't. The issue that I have with Regis is Regis is going to have to catch him. In my opinion, for Regis to win, he's got to catch Devin, hurt him, and stop him. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe in order for Regis to beat Devin, he's gonna have to stop him. Because if he drops Devin early, Devin's gonna get up, do the huggy bear for 2 rounds, and he's gonna get himself gathered together. He's gonna go right back to what he does, and that's I'll point you. I don't know. I just think that Progray's gonna have to knock him out. He's gonna have to knock him out. It's easier said than done. I'm giving Devin credit, man. It's easier said than done. Devin, one thing I would give to Devin and Bill is they have a game plan. They followed that game plan to a T. You saw they obviously had a very good game plan for Loma. He was throwing uppercuts and punches that I'd never seen Devin throw. I mean, I've seen Devin throw uppercuts, but he was specifically throwing the uppercut, the opening to Loma's body. Like you could tell they practiced that. And if you go back, you will see prior to him walking out to the arena, he was in the back practicing that same uppercut. If you go back and watch, you will see Devin is in the back practicing that same punch. And that is the punch he used 80% of the fight. And it was landing. So they have a game plan, and they do normally follow the game plan. It's just, I don't know, man. I know some of y'all think that Prograis is going to win, but I think the only way he's going to win is by knockout, man. It's got to be by knockout. He's got to drop him. He's got to hurt him. He's got to close the distance, and that's easier said than done with somebody that's a mover. You know what I mean? The Seagal thing was a troll dum-dum. Appreciate you for being here. I'm too sick to go to deal with ignorance. I'm going to extend you the same thing I extend to everybody. Would you like to come on the panel? Link is right there. If I was a betting man, you're probably a typer, right? You're a typer. You like to type in anonymously from a location. Progray's on the decline. You think so, Tycho? I don't know from one night. You know, like one night of, I think everybody, I mean, because if that's the case, right? Oh, but we can't say Teal would have been on a decline because of Teal's age. So you do have a point. How old is Progray? How old is Regis Progray? Hold on. Oh, and by the way, I don't care if it's a troll. You know how stupid that looks, even if you are trolling? Get advice for Steven Seagal. Even if that's a joke, that's a horrible joke. Dumbass. Okay, let me see. 34 years old. 34 years old. With how many fights? Almost. Let me see right here. Regis has. Let's run through Regis's thing real quick. Share screen. Let's run through it real quick. Y'all see it? Let me see. Okay. Rougarou, 34 years old. Southpaw. Oh, wait a second. He's a southpaw. He's a southpaw. I forgot. Devin struggles with southpaws. Devin struggles with southpaws. Hold on a second. I totally forgot that Regis is a southpaw. Devin struggles with southpaws.
Hyundai Palisade versus Ford Explorer. Look what
I'm not trying to hear you. Okay, wow, he struggles with. You know what? I might have to change. Devin might lose the fight. Devin might actually lose just based off that alone. It's okay, Ed P. I'm not in my feelings, man. Yeah, are you new here? If you're new, then you'll know that trust me, I'm not bothered by what you say, bro. Thanks for being here. I'm just not feeling well today, so I'm a little bit off today. I'm not my normal self, man. I feel up, I feel down, I feel hot, I feel cold. I feel like I'm catching something. Hope it ain't COVID. I ain't have COVID yet. Let me see. Yeah, the fighter Anderson Silva was in on the joke too. I'll tell you what, you couldn't even pay me to act like I'm getting advice from Steven Seagal. So Tycho, what do you think about him being southpaw though? Even if he is in the decline, Devin struggles. Look, let's go to Devin. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Watch. Vasily Lomachenko was a southpaw. Look, check it. Vasily Lomachenko was a southpaw. Jorge Linares was orthodox. Who else did he struggle? Okay, he struggled against Jojo Diaz, southpaw. Look at that. Look at that, bro. Hold on a second, bro. Hold on a second. He struggled against Jojo. Jojo didn't even have power. He struggled against Loma. Those are two fights where people were like, Devin was getting pieced up. Those were two fights. Let me see if anybody else is on there. We have no idea who these guys are on the bottom. I probably worked with one of these guys and probably don't even know. Let me see. Yeah, we didn't start noticing anybody until after this Zaire Abdullah guy. But Yorkis Gamboa, damn, they don't even have, damn, they want me to log in to go to your, damn, they don't took him off. They don't, damn, that's a damn shame. So Jojo Diaz and Vasily Lomachenko, two guys he struggled with, were southpaws. And Prograis is southpaw. He might lose that fight. And you know what it is? I remember somebody yesterday in the comment section said, somebody in the comment section said to me yesterday, Devin struggles with southpaws. And I read it, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. Now I know why they said it, because Regis is southpaw. I don't know. And Regis is in shape too. Yo, it might be the night, bro. It might be the night. Let me tell you something. If Devin Haney loses, can you imagine the internet? Can you imagine the internet if Devin Haney loses? Because I hardly ever talk about the LDBC. I have no issues with them or whatever, but we all know they have a different mindset, right? They went from Deontay Wilder when he lost, they went over to Spence. Spence lost, everything got shifted over to Devin. If Devin loses, can you imagine the excuses? It's going to be up there with Mark Breland spiking the water. It's going to be, what is it going to be? Appreciate you, cream pie. This is actually, let me tell you something. This is a troll right here, but this is actually a heartfelt message from one of them. He still thinks in his delusional mind, I appreciate you though, in his delusional mind, he still thinks, I don't know how many times I got to tell him. He still thinks after Chris Colbert lost, guys, he really thinks I left YouTube. Do you see the mind of these guys? Like, he really thinks that like Chris lost and like I just left YouTube. Like, I was so sad the next day. I called out of work and I was depressed and I stayed inside and I stopped eating. But yet he magically can't click on my channel and go and see. I went live that night, the day after, and dropped 3 videos going at Chris. He doesn't see that. He still selects that out of his mind, but still is nice enough to say, it's cool seeing you on the stream on a regular chat. I guess in some weird ass way, thank you. Thank you. It's cool to see you still can't click on my channel and see that whatever you're talking about never happened. But nice to see you too, man. I appreciate you, cream pie. I appreciate you. I really do. And that I mean, I don't, maybe some of the stuff you say is crazy. I appreciate you being here, man. It is what it is. You know that never happened, right, cream pie? Cream pie. I think he named himself that so people can say that. It says, what a troll, man. What a fucking troll, I'll tell you. You can't make it up, man. All he's got to do is click on the channel and actually go, and he could see that never happened, bro. And I keep telling him that, and he's like, he just ignores it. He's just like, it's like saying, hey man, sorry to see that you got shot, man, and came out the hospital, but I'm glad to see that you're doing well. And you tell him, I never got shot. Like, what are you talking about? It's glad to see that you're better now that you got shot, man. Man, I was really worried about you, man. I never got shot. And then you see him the next day and he's like, man, I'm so glad to see that you're doing better since from getting shot. Motherfucker, I never got shot. What are you talking about? I mean, oh my goodness, bro. It never happened, cream pie. It never happened. You're imagining something that never happened. I think you're associating me with somebody else. Honestly. I think you. Yeah, he does. He does, right? He does. He does the same comment in dips. And he, hey, man, you know what, though? That is the kind of troll, though. Every channel has their personal troll. I don't know if you know, like, if you go to Punch, right? He's got the same, like, 2 or 3 trolls. And Coach Malachi has them, too. They're like it's the same people. And, it's like his own personal troll. That's cream pie is my own personal troll, man. He means well. He just can't think clearly. He's rode, I told you that he rode the short bus, but he had the front seat. When you first walk in, even on those short buses, the front seat was reserved for the elite. Cream pie rode that seat. He probably had that seat for like 4 years straight. He held the title down. So he in a way, he can't control half of the things that he says, but I think he does mean well. He does drop the same thing and leave every time, doesn't he? Cream Pie, I would love for you to join the panel. Hey, seriously, anybody could join the panel, man. It doesn't matter if you like me or not, man. I don't know. So I won't show your face, bro. I will give you a damn avatar. I will put an avatar odd for you if that's what you're worried about. If you have a phone, you can come on. I'm not talking to the people that normally like staying in the chat. I'm just talking to the people that are, talk a little crazy. Vincent Tay, I'd love to hear from you sometime, man. I still would love for you to come on the panel and please enlighten me with how you think who was it? Who was it again? From the UFC that would knock out Bam Rodriguez? Who was it? Brandon Moreno. You think Brandon Moreno would KO Bam Rodriguez? And then you said that he was sparring Shakur and was piecing Shakur up on the angles. And when I go to YouTube to try to look it up, it's not there. It's just like it's like you're not in the, I know you mean well. You really mean well, but are you imagining it like Cream Pie? Are you imagining something that never happened? Never happened. Ryan versus O'Malley. Yeah, that's a good fight. Ryan, to be honest with you, you know why I feel like Ryan gets a bad break right now? After losing to Tank, it's kind of funny how before he fought Tank, they were like, remember, people had him like as one of the 4 kings and stuff like that. And then as soon as he lost the Tank, now they go back to calling him a YouTube fighter again. Not everybody, but they're calling him like an Instagram, it's like, Ryan's been fighting for a minute, man. It's not, I wouldn't put him in the same category as Rolly. You know what I mean? Like Rolly, and you know what? Rolly, you guys do realize Rolly has accomplished a lot for what he's had, right? He started boxing like, I could probably count on my hands how many years ago he started boxing. So as much as we look at Rolly, and a lot of boxers find him a laughing stock, with what he's had, he's accomplished. You know what I mean? I bet you do have any UFC. Yeah. You know what, Vincent Tate, since you're here today and I'm not feeling well, maybe you can help out the live. What UFC fighters you think would knock out the boxing champions? Come on, give me a name. Give me a name. Other than Brandon Moreno. Who could be who? Who could beat Tank? Who could beat Crawford? Who could beat Canelo? Give me something. Come on, man. Give me something. Give me a good one. Give me a good one. By the way, guys, Vincent Tay believes, and I don't know if you're trolling or not, that Holloway and Crawford is a 50-50 fight. Sergeant, you think okay, you think Rolly had something to do with that, or do you think the people behind the scenes had something to do with that? Like the whole referee stoppage thing. Who do you think who had the best incentive for that referee to stop that fight with Rolly? Who had the best incentive? He's not with Floyd no more, is he? Is Rolly still with Floyd and Leonard? And I don't think so. No, he's not. No, he's not. I want to look at who's currently under Mayweather Promotions, by the way, since we're on this topic. Damn, he's lost a lot of fighters, bro. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. These are Floyd's fighters. Hold on 1 second. Budo is here. Okay, hold on. You know the drill? Give me 1 second, guys. What's going on, Budo?
Yo, what up, man?
Okay, it is Budo. Okay, how you doing, bro?
I'm chilling.
Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate you. I'm not feeling well today, so somebody could like help me out here, talk on something. So what's going on, man?
Nothing much. What you got, man? Like, you coming down with a cold or what?
I'm not, normally when I do a live, like I'm pretty snappy with my subjects and I keep it going. You know what I mean? My mind is foggy and I'm tired. I'm like lethargic.
All right.
I feel like I'm coming down. You know what I mean? Like I'm losing my appetite a little bit, tired, and I'm foggy. Like normally when I do a live, bro, mind you, I'm usually on for 2.5 hours straight. I'm usually going through subject to subject, and I'm pretty quick with it. That one thing I never say that like I'm the best at anything. You know what I mean? I'm not, but I think I hold a live pretty well. You know what I mean? And because I can, to go 2.5 hours, you gotta be constantly coming up with something and having people not leave or having subjects to talk about. I'm usually pretty good, but today I'm just not feeling well, man. It's like it's like a fog. But I said to myself, thanks to Cream Pie and some other guys or whatever, I've been thinking to myself lately, and I said, you know what? Do a live, even if you don't feel good. Get in the habit of getting more lives, which by the way, I do. There is I will say there is some truth to what some people say. I do leave YouTube from time to time for like a week or two at a time, but I've always done that. I've always done that. If you go back and look at my lives and look at the dates, I'll have 2 weeks where I'm like uploading go lives, and then I'll just take off for 2 or 3 weeks. It's just how I want to run my channel. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to do it, and I go on with my life, and then I just come back out of nowhere. You know what I mean? But I started I think it was like a couple weeks ago. I said to myself, you know what, Shadow, at least put some more effort in. I was thinking about it.
You weren't around for a cool minute.
Yeah, I was thinking about it at work, and I was like, I said, let me start putting more effort into it. But it definitely wasn't no near Chris Colbert loss. I was on way after Chris Colbert lost. So
it was just convenient timing, bro. That's all it was.
Yeah, I just in that and I think Cream Pie knows. Cream Pie's a good guy. He's a good guy. He means well. So what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling. Saw you were on by yourself, bro. I just like, fuck it, man.
So what do you think? Okay. Number one, I didn't ask you before. Or I did yesterday, and I totally forgot. First, let me ask, who do you have, Prograis and Haney, and why?
I got Prograis because of what you mentioned it before. Southpaw.
Yeah, I forgot.
Trouble with Southpaws. Yeah. And Devin Haney is no Zoria. He doesn't have the pop to keep him honest.
You don't think that Rougarou's flat-footedness is gonna?
I mean, it could play a role, but I mean, like Devin Haney is not too much of a runner. He's more of a clincher, and that's plays right into Rougarou's game. That he is. I will never deny the clinch game of Devin Haney. The top. If we're talking about the top tier, but you know what though? As much as I get on him about it. That's smart. When you get hurt, just imagine you get rocked, you get punched, and your brain hits your skull, and you're like dizzy. Everyone has a game plan. Everyone has a game plan when they go into the fight. When you get rocked, you cannot try to ask someone an important question when their brain is spinning. They have no idea what's going on, let alone follow a game plan. I give Devin a lot of credit. When he gets rocked, it's like instinct. Hold, and he will gather himself. That's one thing he's very, very good at, which is why I think he beats Regis. I think in order for Regis to beat him, Poodle. I think he's gonna have to drop him. Listen, this is why I think it's hard, Poodle. And maybe I'm glad you're on here because you think Ruger is gonna win. I think in order for him to beat Devin, he's gonna have to catch him, which can very easily happen. Like you said, he's more of a clincher than he is a runner. And when I say runner, by the way, I want to make it clear, I'm not saying he's not fighting because obviously he's fighting. You cannot win a fight by just running.
He's no Shakur.
No, Shakur is aggressive. I know you don't like Shakur, but Shakur is aggressive. Shakur is aggressive. And I'll tell you what, I got Shakur beating Devin 10 out of 10 every damn time.
I got Devin whooping his ass.
Fuck
Easy
out
work.
of here. No,
Easy fucking work, bro.
Hey, remember this, everybody? Remember this, everybody? If Devin gets the nut sack to fight Shakur, okay, remember what I told you. Shakur is going to stand there and be aggressive with his ass, and Devin's going to clinch.
Yeah, Devin's gonna whoop his ass. Watch, you'll see. Mark my words.
Okay, it's a good. I'm glad somebody feels that way. Okay, so do you think I'm too hard on Devin?
No.
Is my criticism validated?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen you been like, overly critical of him,
I mean, everything I criticize him for is something that he does. That's like saying, if I said to you, Deontay Wilder doesn't throw combinations and it's just relies on knockout power. Is that a lie?
No.
So how was that hating? I mean, I don't get it. Some people translate facts into hating. Everything I say about Devin is the truth. I think what's the main problem that I have is, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's what his father does. And not just his father. Actually, let me back up. Scratch that. I take that back. It is more the outlets that lie, because you know better than anybody what I'm talking about, Puto. If you go to some channels, they have a narrative out there that Tio ducked him, that Shakur ducked him, that Tank don't want to fight him, and Ryan don't want to fight him.
Yeah, he's the boogeyman.
And I talked about Boo Boo yesterday, and I know I like Boo Boo, and I got Boo Boo possibly beating David. But my question was, where did the nickname come from? Because I think people have a different definition. Like I told you, I don't know if you heard yesterday, right? So I work at the VA, and I go to the VA, and there's a guy that I know at the VA. It's another veteran, and he watches boxing. He's got a channel. I got to get the name of his channel. But when I was talking to him, he said, yeah, I'm always with the, you know what the LDBC is? And I almost started laughing because I didn't want to laugh in his face. I didn't want to laugh in his face, but he was like, yeah, I'm always with the LDBC and I'm always over there. You know who they are? I'm like, yeah, I know who they are. In my head, I'm thinking, listen, I don't got a problem with them. It's just, it's like liberal and conservatives. Our mindset is completely different. The way that we view the sport is totally different. And so, but that's okay, fine. But nonetheless, he's a boxing fan. And we started talking, and we was up on the third floor, or was it the fourth floor? It doesn't matter which floor we were at, but we started talking about pound for pound. He tells me that he's got Jerron in his boots on his pound for pound.
Oh, wow. It's crazy.
Yeah, I like Jerron in his boots. I really
do.
No,
I like him as well.
You know,
pound for pound fighter, bro. Shit.
Right. So that goes to tell me, right, Puto, that his definition of pound for pound is definitely different than mine. So when people say boogeyman, I think their definition of boogeyman is different from mine. I'm gonna tell you what my definition of a boogeyman is. My definition of a boogeyman is a fighter that is avoided for a reason because of something he's done. So I was trying to think yesterday of the closest fighter I could think to be called a boogeyman, and I couldn't do it. But then somebody brought it up, and it's I think it was Coco, and I think Coco was trying to question it. He said, "Oh well, the monster. Why do they call Inoue the monster? Don't you think that's a little bit too much?" And I said, "Well, that's his name. That's like saying Sweet Hands Plant. You know what I mean?" But when I think about it, if anyone can be given a name, it's him. Because he's about to be 2 times undisputed. He's running through divisions. He's smacking people like smack them up next, pack them up, roll them out, next one. And so to me, that would be sort of a boogeyman. I could see why somebody's like, damn, I'm undefeated. I'm not trying to see him. Not saying they're scared, but I could see why they would say, if I don't have to fight him right now, I won't. Let me maneuver around him. I don't think fighters necessarily are scared of other fighters. This is what they do for a living. It's like clocking in and out of work.
Yeah.
I do think some fighters maybe don't want to fight some other fighters. Yes. Do ducks happen? Yes. But I think people use it too loosely. I think that there are times where a fighter looks at it and goes, this is what I am envisioning. This is what my handlers are envisioning me doing. This is the path they see me going. And this guy right here can fuck that up. Now, some people look at that and go, well, that's a duck, right? Okay, yes. I think you can avoid a fighter, but I think avoiding and being afraid are two different things, bro. If I see you in the street and I'm like, I need to avoid Pudo because I owe him $20, I'm avoiding you because I owe you $20. I'm not avoiding you because I'm terrified of you.
Yeah. No facts.
It is the two different things. So when people say that Boo Boo is a monster or Boo Boo is a boogeyman, I'm trying to understand, where did that come from? The only thing I could think of is the things that happened at 160 involving Canelo, Charlo, and Boo Boo, and the whole Boo Boo walking into the press conference and where Canelo says, you're a horrible fighter, man, or whatever. But then I look at that and I go, but that still doesn't warrant because if he's a boogeyman, that means people are avoiding him, right? If people are avoiding him, why did Janet Beck was begging to fight the man?
Yeah, right.
Zach Parker was ready to fight that man. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. I'm saying, where did these narratives come from?
Shit, man. Narratives are as old as boxing, bro. You know, at the end of the day, bro. I mean, nobody's avoided that much, bro. But like you said, you know, Janet Beck was begging to fight him. You know, Canelo tried to fight him.
Let me ask you a question, and I asked this yesterday, and I think I know your answer, but I already said, hell no, I do not think so. Do you think Canelo's scared of David?
Oh, Benavidez? No, hell no. Taylor made
you
for
got
Canelo.
People out there that think he's scared of David. I don't think Canelo is scared of anybody. No, period.
He's the only free smoke fighter, bro.
I think he'll fight anybody.
Yeah, man.
I think that he's at a point in his career where every fight is meaningful. What I mean by meaningful is, you know, when he fought Jermal, if we go back years from now, they're going to say the first time an undisputed champion fought an undisputed champion was Jermal and Canelo. We look back years later, they're going to go, the first undisputed 168 was Canelo. You see what I'm saying? I think every fight, that's why he moved up to 175 and tried to get Bivol's belt. And he was going to try to probably be undisputed there, and it didn't work out for him or whatever. But there's no way that he moves up to 175 and fights Bivol. And that's another thing. That's another narrative, too, that people put out. People put out, nobody knew Bivol prior to Canelo moving up to 175. That's a bunch of crap, in my opinion. Like, I knew who Bivol was. Canelo knew who Bivol was. And Hardcores knew who Bivol was. And knew that at that time, at that current time, and still in this current time, it is Better Beef and Bivol in that division. Those are the two motherfuckers that run that division. So I knew who he was. And it was a dangerous fight because he's giving up height, reach, youth, everything. So if he's giving, I mean, if he does, so in what logical mind do you think he's scared of David?
I mean, not in this one.
So, you know, and this is what I'm trying to say. Oh, but I'm glad you're here. Because I know you don't like Shakur. I have to ask you.
Not a fan.
I have to ask you. And you know what, Pudo? Can I ask you, is the reason why you don't like Shakur is because he whooped up on Oscar Valdez?
Nah. I don't like him because he talks so much shit.
Did I see you burning Oscar Valdez's shirt after the fight?
Yeah. You saw that live? Yeah, that was great.
I saw. I went live and I saw
Shakur was on that shirt too.
You burned the shirt. I'm like, damn, bro. Oscar tried, man.
No, I know he did.
You know,
I was there, bro. I was there. You know, you win some, you lose some. Easy come, easy go.
Why did you burn the shirt?
Felt like it.
You was that mad, weren't you? That's why.
No, I wasn't mad at all, bro. To be honest, I mean, like, you know, fuck, bro. It's not the first pick I got wrong. It can be the last. But fuck, bro. Just
Hey,
stick
you know
around.
what? Hey, I like you for being truthful because I get picks wrong a lot. I'm not gonna sit up here. I can't stand it when somebody goes, "Yo, you want to make money? Follow me. I get every pick." Get the hell out of here. Get the hell. Nobody gets all picks right. Okay,
84% accuracy and shit.
Right. I guarantee you, 99.9% of the world thought Fury was gonna walk over Ngannou.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
I'm not saying there weren't people, that thought he was going to do good. Look, you look at every fight this year that we had, every major fight. I'm talking about the fights that we looked forward to. 2023 was we can all say, I think in agreement, I would like to hope that 2023 has been an exceptional year for boxing. Exceptional year.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of fights that either the public has been asking for or we really liked it, right? So starting off with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. That fight was somewhat competitive for the first 6 rounds, and then David just walked off with it, right? But now you have Devin Haney and Loma. Devin Haney and Loma was somewhat competitive. People think Loma won the fight, right? Other than that, you look at all these other fights, right? We got Crawford and Spence, whitewash. T.O. dogged walked Josh Taylor.
Yep.
Inouye done ran through Fulton. Canelo done made Jermel look like a joke.
Yep.
What else? There's been other fights that we thought were really good and they were one-sided.
Tank and Ryan.
Now I want you to remember how these fights went because that's how it's gonna look when Shakur fights Devin. That's how it's gonna look. It's not gonna be close, bro.
We shall see, bro. We shall see.
So, let me ask you. And I'm not saying that you're never honest, but I do want an honest assessment of Shakur and De Los Santos. And what do you think of De Los Santos?
De Los Santos is good. I think Shakur beats him. Stylistically, it favors Shakur. Yeah. Shakur. I mean, a lot of people are I'm starting to see the line starting to go a little bit towards De Los Santos's way. I mean, he might be sleeping on him. The homie thinks the homie thinks that Shakur is sleeping on him a little bit, but I actually maybe 60. Excuse me, not 60-40. 80-20 Shakur's way.
Yeah, I want to show you something. Let me just give me less than 5 seconds. It's right there. Hold on.
Go ahead, Loma.
Okay, I had to turn off the air. I want to show you. Did you see Shakur Stevenson's recent interview?
I didn't know. The one where he's wearing glasses, right?
No. He looks depressed. He says he's upset, and it refers back to what I've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. That people are throwing these narratives that Devin, he's running from Devin. Just narrative after narrative after narrative, and he said he got sick of it. And look at his face, Puto. He looks I've never seen Shakur like this. I'm about to show you right now. I'm gonna show you guys now. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes. I think that's what I say. Whatever. I am not stealing this content for any. I am commentating over it. And here. It's with Fight Hype. I want y'all to take a look at this. Shout out to Fight Hype. Subscribe to Fight Hype if you haven't already. This is how he looked in this interview, bro. He looks like he's really bothered, man.
To answer, like your name, Haney, Shakur Stevenson, like your names have been intertwined for several years. After having to answer all those questions,
I'm gonna stop you right.
Go ahead.
But I just fought one fight at 135.
True.
So we can say that, they've been talking about it for years, but I've been at 130. Them guys been at 135. So
true.
You can't place no blame on me because I haven't been in this division.
I honestly don't place any blame on.
No, I'm not saying
any of y'all.
I'm just saying,
no.
You know how the narrative gets spin.
Right.
So
right.
I'm
No,
just
no, no.
letting
I
you
know.
be-
I know. But there's people who, the higher ups, like there's higher ups, there's people that you guys do business with who also have their own agendas and whatnot. So I actually I don't place the blame on any of you guys.
He looks seriously bothered,
but
bro.
I just think because of certain circumstances, like Devin, I don't think Devin's going to be at 140 very long. Like you said, you just got to 135. I think Devin will probably be up at 147 after a year, Gervonta, obviously they're on they on some different shit, like he's got options over there that he can explore and make good money with. And I don't feel like they're in a rush to make that fight right now. So I'm just curious, after years of you having to answer those questions, do you still strongly believe those fights will happen, or are you starting to have some doubts yourself that they may not?
Nah, I got a lot more faith in the Tank fight happening before Devin fight. I think that Tank is a competitor. And I know deep down inside, like he wanna prove to the world that he'll beat me as well as I want to prove to the world that I'll beat him. So honestly, I don't think he's like I don't think.
I want to show you just one part. Hold on, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Hold on.
Get bigger and the weight was hard to make.
Yeah, bro.
He wouldn't want to fight them dudes at 140.
I could definitely see that. I'm just not sure, Pez. I think
so. Even if I'm not at like
140, of course,
that makes sense. I think that that'll be a tremendous fight, and I can't wait.
Well, how do we?
Where is it at? There's this one part I wanted to show. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it because there was a part. Oh, I think this is it right here. Okay,
but yeah, to speak on what you were saying, that's a lie. Like they made up a lie. They make up lies while I'm in training camp. But I mean, I ain't tripping though, cause like, that lie that they made up, it came with. It seemed like something that was something to feed their insecurities about themselves. I feel like they insecure about themselves. So when somebody come up to them with false information or say anything that sound like that, they want to run with it and believe in it. Put that in their brains, but nah, that shit cap.
He's really
he's the same guy
really
that they talk
bro.
about. Matter of fact, I'm not going to diss him because he ain't say nothing. He quiet, so I ain't got nothing to say.
Do you think that it's a little more difficult? That's not the word. Do you think it's different now in this era, having to deal with social media, seeing so many comments out there, whether they're positive or negative? It's just so much more accessible to you guys as athletes and as celebrities. Whereas back in the day, the 80s, the 90s, prior to who are actually in.
I'm just like a competitive person. So I'm so competitive. I be like talking to randoms and talking to people that don't even matter. And like I sit there and I argue with them and then be looking at myself and being like, damn, you tripping. Like, what you even arguing? Who is this dude? This dude ain't even nobody, or this another false rumor or another lie. Or, like, it's so much. And I allow it to defeat me mentally because I'm engaging in it when I shouldn't even be engaging in some of this stuff. So
see, so he apologized to his fans. See, he's bothered by it, bro.
Sounds like a personal problem to me, bro.
Yeah, I know you don't give a fuck, but hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It's a perfect example of how outlets run with narratives, and it is what it is, because at the end of the day, he's responsible for some of the things that he said too. He said some crazy things, and I agree with you. He said some, but imagine you're a fighter. Mm-hmm. Imagine you're a fighter, right? And in your head and in your heart, damn well you didn't duck nobody. And motherfuckers is going around saying, man, you ran, Puto. Like, damn, man, you pussy, bro. Like, damn, bro. Like, damn, bro. Like, and as a fighter, some older veterans would be like, man, that don't bother me. But he's young. He's prideful. got to remember, Crawford is like a bigger brother to him. So they're very, 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 very competitive. Like, you know, obviously you could see he's definitely bothered. Also, later on in that interview, they bring up De Los Santos. And he looks aggravated by bringing up De Los Santos. And he's like, what's the issue with De Los Santos? And he said, well, I wasn't aware of it until recently, but I caught a video of him in my city, you know, saying some shit about me, talking about I'm running from him, I'm scared from him. He's like, now I'm gonna beat that boy up. He says now I'm gonna really. This is why I think a lot of people that think it's gonna be closer than what it's gonna be. I think Shakur. This is my opinion. I could be absolutely wrong. He could shock the world because De Los Santos got power and he's a mover and he could fight. I think Shakur is gonna make a statement, bro. I think he's gonna punish him.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how I was gonna go, but I mean, you could be 100% right. I mean, he hasn't really punished anybody, so I mean,
Herring. Look what he did to Herring.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just me personally, I never rated Herring, but yeah, he did beat the living shit out of Herring.
You never rated champion, Pudo?
Weapon. Oh, I just because I've been watching Herring for a cool minute, like, and you know, a lot of his like, especially leading up to the fight, a lot of his like the what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of like the hype on him was like, you know, off of his last fight against Carl Frampton, which was a great win. But at the end of the day, like it was like a Carl Frampton, you know, on his way out.
I agree with that. Yes, and I actually agree 100% with what you're saying. I believe that a lot of his career was kind of like, I guess we could kind of say like up and down, and like it wasn't always like, you know what I mean. And then when that Carl Frampton win ignited him and had that big push. Yeah, I agree with that. But he was still a champion.
Yeah,
he's still a champion.
Yeah. And then just the way he performed against a Shakur, like literally, like he didn't, like, fuck, bro. I mean, like, he couldn't do anything. I'm not trying to take. Yeah, he didn't do anything. I mean, like, motherfucker, he didn't even try. I mean, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, like, sometimes fighters get overwhelmed, you know.
So give me. What do you think about since you think that he didn't clear? Well, maybe I'm misinterpreting you. So let me. How do you think he performed against Oscar Valdez?
Shakur.
Yeah.
I mean, that fight was kind of weird, and that's and maybe I'm just like nitpicking, but I mean, he did okay. I mean, he did what he usually does.
Okay, how about this? Did he run?
Yeah.
Pudo.
A lot of dirty tactics, but at the end of the day, like leading up to the fight, like Shakur never like implemented those type of tactics. So at the end of the day, like if the ref keeps letting him get away with it, what can I do about it? You know. But at the end of the day, I mean, like,
I could tell you really don't like Shakur if you think Devin's gonna beat him.
Well, I mean, but I rate Devin though. At the end of the day, Devin shoots himself in the foot. Give me a second. Shout out.
Yeah. Take your time. Take your time.
All right, got you.
He just doesn't. He doesn't. You know, he doesn't like him. You know, I get it, Pounds. You know, he doesn't. I mean, but you know, like I said, everyone here is entitled to how they feel. I don't care how you feel. I just want somebody to explain to me why you feel the way. You know what I mean? So if that's how he truly feels, that's how he feels. He's not the first person that I've talked to that actually just literally doesn't like Shakur. There's been a few people that are like that. I just try to understand why. You know what I mean? Because I think, in my opinion, when I see Shakur, I see a person that is very talented, very hard to hit, not the strongest fighter. But he will stand there, he'll trade, and his offense is his defense. And I do not think he ran against Oscar Valdez. I think he stood his ground. I think he stood his ground against Conceição. I think the only fight that I actually saw him going like that was the Nakatilia fight. But I mean, I it's fine to feel like that. I mean, I'm actually more concerned of people that actually think that people are scared of Devin. I really want them to come on I really can't wait to talk to somebody that's actually feels that way, to come on here and explain to me how. I've also want somebody to come on here and explain to me how these people get these nicknames of being avoided and stuff like that. Like where does it come from? How can you be avoided when you need to show me something for you? You know what I mean? Look, Devin is undisputed at the end of the day. He was, you cannot take that away from him at 135. You cannot take that away from him. But I cannot ignore oh yeah, he got disconnected. I could see. But you cannot ignore. Hold on, let me take this out. He's back.
You there, Poodle?
Yo.
Yeah, you there, Poodle?
Shit, I can't hear you, Shadow. Let me check my settings.
Can you hear me?
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the UPS store real quick, anyways, man. It's 5 minutes away.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. You know, it's not necessarily like how you feel about a fighter, man. I'm just more concerned about. It's more like the evidence. You know what I mean? I guess the way I can compare it is like, okay, it's like saying, I think this guy killed this person. Okay, well, show me the evidence. That's how I look at it. Okay, I know you think in your head all day that he's guilty and that he did it, you know, but I need you to explain to me how you know that. Like what makes you think? That's what I'm trying to understand with some of these people. It's easy for people to come in here and say, oh, I think he does this to this guy. And I'm like, okay, well, based on what? I could tell you how I think Shakur beats Devin, up and down. I think he's going to be too much. He's going to have Devin moving backwards. Guaranteed. I hope this fight happens. He's going to have Devin moving backwards. When Devin does decide to stand and trade with Shakur, he's going to be outlanded. If Devin throws 2-punch, 3-punch combinations, Shakur's going to fire back 5-6. I'm telling you right now how this fight's going to go. He's going to be aggressive. He's not going to fear Devin. And Devin's going to do the same thing that he always does, which is why I got him beating Regis. He thinks that Regis is going to beat him. Now, the only reason why I'm going to lean towards that, I think that Regis might actually win now that I look at it, is when Tycho brought up the fact that he's southpaw. He's a southpaw. Like a sergeant's crazy. He's like, Oscar sucks. Which one, Pounds? Pounds don't want to see. You don't want to see Devin and Shakur, huh? I hear you, man. Or are you talking about the herring fight? Me and Tycho, I'm telling you, bro, when it comes to Devin, I think he probably understands me. Like, I'm not saying you guys don't, but Tycho knows how I view Devin. And it's like, I don't disrespect him, bro. Like, I feel like I don't. Like, listen, let's make it clear. You could die in boxing, man. Boxing is not a game. You can die in boxing, bro. You can get hit the wrong way, multiple shots. You get knocked out. You get brain damage. You could get put in a coma. You could have a brain aneurysm. Something could happen to you while you're cutting weight in a bad way. I mean, there are multiple things that can go wrong in a fight. Combat sports are not recommended by doctors. Okay. It's not something that it's not good for your body. Sit there and trading shots with somebody is not good for your body. Your brain is not meant to be smashed back and forth. Your brain is not meant to hit your skull back and forth. Your body's not meant to get punched in the kidneys or the liver. It's not, you know what I mean? Anything could go wrong. But when I think of Devin, I try to be as real as I can, but I'm being critical. But the things that I'm being critical are things that are actually real. I'm not making it up. I cannot see under any circumstances, that Teofimo Lopez is scared of Devin. That Tank is scared of Devin. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm sorry. There's no way you actually believe that. What is he scared of? I don't get it. I look at it like, what is he scared of? What do you, okay, you're going to get outpointed? This is what I'm saying. Look, Mike Tyson, there's a valid excuse to be scared of Mike Tyson in his prime. You have a good reason to be scared of Tank, bro.
You have a very good reason to be scared of Tank. Tank can put you in the hospital. Regardless whether you like Tank's resume or not, he can put you in the hospital, bro. He's a puncher. Wilder can put you in the hospital. He's a puncher. So I don't understand how it's the same with Chris Colbert. And y'all know I like him. Like, I don't understand how you can be scared of Chris. Chris will fight you, though. Chris will stand and fight you. That's where he fucks up. Psycho, man. That's actually a fact, too. That's why I'm trying to understand, like, can you imagine T.O., like, can you imagine T.O. talking to his father, like, Dad, I don't know. Let's go fight Josh Taylor instead of Devin. Like, let's leave 135. I don't want to fight Devin. Let's fight Loma. You know what? Remember the narrative, guys? Remember the narrative? I don't want to remain in the WBC tournament because Devin is here. So let's leave and go to IBF route and go fight Loma. Let's avoid Devin. That is what they're trying to make you think. And I can't. It's just like, bro, there's no way that's possible. It's just not possible. There's no way T.O. said to his father, you know what, Dad, we're in this WBC tournament, but I can actually see myself fighting Devin in a couple of fights, and I don't want to do that. So let's leave and go the IBF route and fight Richard Cole. Let's go fight Nakatani, undefeated Nakatani. Let's go fight the IBF champion Richard Comey, and then let me go fight the man that beat the man, Loma, the guy that Tank avoided for 5 years because I don't want to fight Devin. Like, do you really believe that? Like, that's what I'm saying, and Tycho understands what I'm saying because these are the narratives that people spit to you. And it sounds like I hate the kid, but I don't, man. It's not his fault, man. But it is what it is. I still got him beating Regis. By the way, Tycho, I don't know if you answered the question. Maybe you did and I forgot. Oh, Tank versus Ryan? That pissed me off. I can honestly say that fight pissed me off. The reason why I got mad is because Ryan talked all that shit. And he's the one that signed the whole catch weight and rehydration clause. He's the one that did all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're the one that signed it. You're the one that signed it and was in agreement with it. And then, like, you just got mauled. Tank mauled you. And you were calling him out for how long? That's not going to happen if T.O. fights Tank. Every time T.O. fights a fight that people think is 50-50, what happens? He's already got a track record. He's got a track record of every time he fights a fighter that people think he's going to lose to, he makes it look like it was kind of easy. And then, obviously, a fight that we all thought he was going to run through Kambosos, he lost. I think T.O., when he knows it's a fight that's like, you know what I mean? T.O. and Tank is a bad boy, man. That's a fight. I'd love to see that fight. Oh, my goodness. I pay for that pay-per-view twice. Yeah. It was, yeah. And you know what? That was wrong for them, too, by the way. Oscar, you dead ass wrong, bro. Leaving Ryan like that. That is kind of messed up. And then Oscar lied. And said his life was. Oh my God, no, he didn't. He said that his life was being threatened, and that's why he couldn't make it to the press conference. What? Man, you got like a net worth of like $300 million. You could pay people to take a bullet for you. What you mean, people threatening you, Oscar? And you a fighter. Come on, man. You want us to believe that? You just was embarrassed to go see Ryan after the press conference. Don't be lying to us. And I forgot Bernard Hopkins' excuse. Yeah. Oh my goodness, bro. Oscar, who do you see? This is what I'm talking about, though. This is what I'm talking about when I say people talk to you like you're stupid. The same thing, like when they say, running from Devin and this and that. Oscar, what do you mean? You're telling me after Tank beat up Ryan, the cartel threatened you, Oscar? Come on, Oscar. Come on, man. You could have came up with something better than that. Ryan saw right through that shit. Ryan was pissed. Oh my God, yo, he didn't show up to the press conference, but that's embarrassing, bro. That's embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. Oh my God, like I would never. You know what? If I was in a contract with Oscar, and he did that to me, I don't care if you take me to court. I'm not fighting another fight under you. He basically looked at Ryan and was like, well, Bernard, looks like we're not going to his press conference. Tell him, what do you want us to say? Tell him the cartel threatened us. I'll be in the car. This is horrible, man. Like, but it did piss me off, man, because I really expected a better fight from Ryan. But this is why a lot of us were making criticism about Tank. Why are you putting on all these stipulations? You don't need to. Which made me think that, when people do that, I'm not saying Tank was scared. Maybe it's Tank's handlers. I don't know. But when you start messing with things that can actually affect the fight, you start making me think you're nervous, bro. I don't like, okay, you want to pick the corner you come out with? Fine. You want to pick that you think you should get more money? Fine. You want to pick what corner you sit at? Fine. Blue, red corner? Fine. Once you start telling me I can't wear these gloves, I can't gain more than 5 pounds, my left shoe got to be untied, I got to hop on 1 foot on round 3. Like, once you start doing all that, you start making me think that you're nervous, bro. You start making me think that, like, why do you look? Let him pick the gloves. If the contracted weight is 135, then y'all meet at 135. And then he was making fun of Ryan that day. You know how Tank is with his tweets. Nasty with them tweets. He was like, he tweeted, yeah, I know you ain't eat breakfast today. Yeah, I heard you ain't eat breakfast today. And then Ryan like a little kid. Nuh-uh, I ate breakfast. That's a lie. I'm looking at this like, what the hell is going on here? I don't know, man. I'm not stipulations, shit like that. I don't like that. And I called it out with Canelo too. When Canelo tried to do it to Bivol the first time. But I think he only did that because Caleb Plant. I honestly think he did that because Caleb Plant negotiations fell apart. And he was trying to let Caleb know this is what you're missing out on. Because Caleb Plant had went public with the whole the contract situation and what was going on, and he went public with it. And then Eddie Reynoso came out and said, you know what? Then we're moving on from, tell Al we're moving on. We already got Bivol all lined up. And then next thing you know, after he said that, magically Al Heyman and Plant came back to negotiation. So I think that was just a stalling tactic. But still, the fact that you came out and said that you was willing to fight Bivol at 173, and you wanted his belt on the line, I called that out. Hey, look, man, I appreciate y'all, man, but man, I apologize for today's shitty live, man. I will make sure that my next live, I will be more energized like I usually am and going fast like I am. I apologize, man. I just wanted to get a live out, so y'all didn't think I just didn't do a live. Maybe I should have not even did one. But I appreciate y'all for being here. The next time, I'll be ready to go with a whole bunch of subjects lined up. God bless y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.